So he's a little more grown up.
Yeah. But it was just like, he's just like.
Hot mics, by the way.
All right, but no, like Wemby was just focused on like basketball stuff and like having goals and stuff like that, and the Mikey guy was just talking about wanting to be a billionaire by the time he's 25 and this and that. It's like, dude, you haven't even succeeded in the league. You're a viral fucking video guy. You're fucking tea time.
Come on, man. Say we hot mics.
Yeah, like that's what you.
But you got to think it'll put you in a certain mind state when you're that young getting that kind of money. And you haven't even played a bit of college ball yet.
That's the problem, man. That's the thing. That's why I mean I don't like college basketball. I just think there's better ways to develop. I like guys that take the quiet route.
Maybe you think that would have been a better route for him, for Mikey to take?
I think he was already polluted before it got there.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying in general. Like once all of this happens. Why don't you just go to the developmental route? Go to the G League or the
go to the Ignite
or go to the Ignite.
He's too far in.
Yeah.
He's too far in. You got to think he's probably got people that are invested in him. So
yeah, for sure.
You got to come up good. You owe.
Yeah, that's true.
What? Well, yeah. Wait, what do you think he can get an NIL deal? Like,
I'm sure he got an NIL deal.
He's definitely. That's how you think you got him over there.
Yeah.
That's part of the package now.
You don't go to UCF without some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm naive me. I'm thinking just he went to UCF. I didn't even think about
Go Knights,
NIL.
charge on.
But
I didn't even think about.
But a Power 5 wouldn't touch him because of the charge.
I know, right?
So you got to go one right under, and that's UCF.
Yeah. Nah, that's.
Yeah.
Like you said,
if I'm UCF, I'm fine fishing in that pond. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Fishing in that pond.
You got
Shit,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose. I
No.
mean,
if he does a great year,
you're already like largely irrelevant.
Yeah.
So.
The Jordan Sons didn't work out, but that was a chance you
had to
good chance to
roll
take.
the dice.
Yeah, you had to roll the dice on that.
On the Jordan Sons.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, you got the shoe deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did get the shoe deal.
Shoe deal. And who was the other? Who was the real tall guy?
Taco.
Took a chance on Taco.
Where's
That was
what
a
did he
media.
end up?
He's overseas. I think he's in China.
I know.
I think he's
NBA wise, he was with Boston for a couple.
Yeah, he was
years.
in
Yeah.
Boston, but I thought he's doing fairly well over there in China. Yeah.
The problem with him is he's not
He wasn't big enough.
He's not athletic.
he's not athletic. He's not nimble enough.
Yeah.
And not skillful enough. He was like a throwback. He was a poor man's version of Manute Bol.
Yes.
But a very poor version of that.
Yeah.
These days, you be that tall, but you got to move, shoot, dribble.
got some skill.
Wemby, Chet,
Yeah. Or I mean, even like
Bobo. Even if you could be Bobo. Yeah.
Like Bobo's way more skilled.
Yeah, way more
than
skilled.
Taco ever was.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's just the reality. But I mean, he did. Yeah, you got a little cup of coffee in the NBA, and he's making some money in China. Like, what the hell?
I was watching Bobo the other night. He had like 17, 18. I was impressed. Off the bench.
I just don't understand why he don't get more burn.
He's getting more burned now, but out of injury necessity over in Phoenix.
Right.
But and he's performing well enough to me on it.
When
he's still
he
up and
has-
down though.
Whenever he's gotten some minutes, he's been productive with the
Yeah,
minutes.
or at least shown a flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say ship him. If I was him, I'd try to go somewhere like Washington or Atlanta where they need me.
The problem
I don't
is,
think anybody really needs him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think he's just this weird piece, And I don't know,
and he's done that. This, you know what I mean? He's been on those teams. He's been
Has
on
he?
bad teams. Yeah. Bobo's been on bad teams.
where has he been though?
Because he's with Phoenix now. He was just with a bad team before that.
Was he in Denver briefly?
No, I don't think
so.
he was in Denver. This is interesting. I'm gonna look this up really quick.
Bobo's career path.
Yeah. So he did play with the Nuggets. That's a good memory. He was with the Magic during the Magic worst years.
I thought
That's
he
the
was
team I was
okay.
No, I knew he was in the Magic. Yeah.
That's
I
the
thought he
teams
was over
thinking
here.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Magic and Nuggets. Nuggets hard.
and
He was
this is
drafted.
his
He was
third team.
drafted by the Nuggets.
That's what I thought. I thought he was drafted by the Nuggets.
Yeah. And
So he's
And
basically
then
on his
sit
third
here.
team.
yeah,
Okay.
Ain't bad.
not
Yeah.
bad. Because I mean, the Nuggets, even that they were good then. Not the title team, but they were good.
No, they were a playoff team for sure.
And then they trade to the Magic, and that's your developmental. That's when it's time to get some minutes and burn. But it's the Magic, so it's fine. And Phoenix now, so yeah. Let's start the show.
Slick talking niggas with that big boy bag, yeah, this for them. Yeah. GG, find that line right quick. I'm on my pocket 97 shit above the rim. Yeah. Winning. Slick talking niggas with that big boy bag, yeah, this for them. Hey. Slick talking niggas with that big boy bag, yeah, this for them. Snitch ass niggas on paperwork, nah, we can't fuck with them. I'm on my pocket 97 shit above the rim. My double R done been spraying more time than Lil' Kim. My investments in real estate and big budget films. A pretty bitch with a big butt, can't just come hop in. Do it colossal to the max, then we do it again. You know that dope I used to cook, well it's brewing again. My tent be dark as fuck at all times and brand new rims. I like my drip fresh, don't hold me, ho, go buy me Tim's. I'm pulling up smelling like Spice Bomb and Zaza Lim. My bitch a bombshell, she way too lit to fuck with them. Jit, I'm a stud, your bitches told me that go check on them. I got that check on me, don't try to check on me again. I like that thick, pretty shit, but I might check on Slim. Slick talking niggas with that big boy bag, this for the win. Yeah. Slick talking niggas with that big boy bag, this for the win. Slick talking niggas with that big boy bag, yeah, this for them. I like my drip fresh, don't hold me, ho, go buy me Tim. A pretty bitch with a big butt, can't just come hop in. I got that check on me, don't try to check on me again. Slick talking niggas with that big boy bag, yeah, this for them. I like my drip fresh, don't hold me, ho, go buy me Tim. A pretty bitch with a big butt, can't just come hop in. I got that check on me, don't try to check on me again. Slick talking niggas with that big boy bag, yeah, this for them. I like my drip fresh, don't hold me, ho, go buy me Tim.
Alrighty, welcome back. You guys are back on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. That was Moot Boy with Rental Car Music 3, a song from Rental Car Music 3, album he's just dropped. It is available on all streaming platforms.
Rental car?
Yeah, man.
Like Enterprise.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe. You know, back in the day, I guess, when he used to do his things, he used to do all this stuff in rental cars. So,
is that the move?
I don't know if it's still the move.
Used to be.
I know it used to be.
But
that was big.
Are you
back in the
renting
day.
a car under false pretenses, like under somebody else's name?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You usually get a nice little young thing to do it for you.
Hey,
There you go.
but bitches talk.
Now when they getting paid.
You can't pay bitches enough.
That's true. It's never enough to go around.
Never enough to go around. As always, we got a pretty good show for you guys today. And don't forget, On the Bench Podcast is available on all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We have DJ Levy in the building.
Yo.
All right, and we're going to be talking some about, of course, his career and what he has going on. And also, Jim Harbaugh is all on to the Las Vegas Chargers. I just stopped saying San Diego. Huh? It's not San Diego Chargers. It's
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. I still said it wrong.
I was about to say, what?
I spent the last 20 minutes saying I'm not going to say San Diego. I'm going to say Los Angeles, and I still mess it up and say Las Vegas. All right.
At least you didn't say San Diego.
I know, right? Doc Rivers on to Milwaukee Bucks. Lil Wayne BG thing. Kevin Durant wants to be in the greatest player conversation. And some J. Cole stuff. Got a lot of stuff to get to today.
Most definitely.
A lot of good stuff here. Breaking news, man, right before the show. So as we said, Jim Harbaugh is going to the Los Angeles Chargers. Okay, just coming off of that crazy championship victory. Pink may still think it's flawed, but he got it done in national championship, won it all. And now he's on back to the NFL. Where he had some success at.
He had quite a bit of success. He
yeah.
had a very good 49ers team. They went to the Super Bowl. He lost to his brother. in the Super Bowl. And but this Chargers, I mean, it's been percolating for a few years that he might go back to the NFL, and then ever since they fired that retarded guy that was coaching the Chargers before, that it's been rumored that he's going to go to the Chargers. Yeah, they have a talented young QB that I happen to think is horribly overrated. They have some other interesting roster pieces. So he walks into a pretty good situation, which if you're Jim Harbaugh, you're not being forced out of Michigan, and you can be patient and pick a job that you want. And I think he's done a good job of that.
My thing is, it probably was the best job available, but people are only looking at the quarterback. And yes, it's a promising quarterback. It's definitely the best quarterback of the jobs that are available currently, right? Because the Atlanta Falcons, who wants to be a part of that? And but
they got pieces over there.
They have that. That's my next thing I was going to say. They have pieces. Ideally, you would just need a quarterback, and you build off that. Right. The thing with the Chargers is they're cap struck. They have pieces, but those pieces are just never available. And in a general sense, when you think about the good safety, he comes from you guys, right? Florida State.
Derwin James, yeah.
He's never healthy. He
came from Florida State, so
no. He's a really good player, but he's just never there when you need him.
And Bosa gets hurt a lot.
You have
Khalil Mack is at the tail end.
I was going to say, then you have older stars. You have a lot of question marks, and you are paying these guys a lot of money. You can't get off of these contracts, and so they're cap struck. You don't have a lot of you just don't have a lot of wiggle room in the team. You just have this promising quarterback. Now, I think it's still a job you have to take because you got the quarterback. You can figure the rest out later. Definitely. But also on top of that, you're in you're in Mahomes' division. You got to play. You got to see him twice a year. Okay.
And you're also in the same conference with your brother.
Also in the same conference. And the AFC is just a tougher conference, period. Anyway, we're over here talking about the Detroit Lions can make the Super Bowl. I mean, they're an okay team. But if they're in the AFC, I mean, they're out in the first round. It's a lot of competition over in the AFC. Wow. And so it's tough. But again, all that to say, I think you have to take this job if you want to come to the NFL. Come back to the NFL.
Yeah, I think he had the leverage to take the job he wanted. He picked this one. It's a good opportunity for him. For me, I thought he was an excellent coach. I'm a big Bill Barnwell guy. He does a lot of NFL writing for ESPN. He does a lot of analytics stuff, and he does a lot of evaluating coaches' decisions. And when Harbaugh was with the 49ers, he graded out the best by a mile. And I'm not saying he's always correct, but he had a really good feel for decision making in NFL games, and that bore itself out his time there. So I'm excited to see him in that setting and see what he can do.
But the other thing also is it's twofold. Number one, I'm still holding on to the thought if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Andy just might retire, and there's been enough notes about that you might, wait a week or two to see, where that goes. But the second thing, more importantly, shame on the teams that have shaky coaches and just didn't even think or
Dallas Cowboys.
I'm about to say, it sounds like you're talking about the Cowboys.
Or put in the effort to interview these guys. I don't give a shit that you're going to make your current head coach feel, whatever, or you have to have conversations with these guys. You can't just, what you have, Dallas Cowboys. You know what that coach is. You know what Mike McCarthy is. And if there's a guy who can potentially be better in Jim and in Bill Belichick, you have to do your due diligence. The Eagles as well, Nick Sirianni. I know that Nick was just in the Super Bowl last year, but guess what? Those two coordinators that he lost, they went on to be head coaches with other teams. Maybe is it too far-fetched to say maybe they carry that team more than Nick did? Because both the offense and the defense took a hard drop. And it's not a coincidence that you lost your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator, and Nick was the only constant, and he didn't replace those guys and do a good job. And also,
what's specific to Sirianni, he is a guy that I felt last year when they were successful. I think he's a front runner. I don't think he's an adversity coach, and I think when adversity hit this year, he didn't have any answers. And I don't think that he's a particularly good coach. I think he does not move the needle on the sideline, and they would have been justified in moving on from him. Yeah. This is it's professional sports. It's hyper competitive. You're there to win. And if you can't win or somebody can do your job at a better level, you go get that guy.
I think it's that simple.
There's no other reason to sit there and say, well, hey, we're this, that, or the other. And here's the other thing. We talk a lot, particularly in the NBA, like player empowerment, which is good and it's fair and whatever. Players are going to make decisions that's best for them. Teams can't stop doing what's best for them. And if it means running a Super Bowl coach out, 8 or 12, 11 months after the Super Bowl last year, then do it. If it's the best thing for the organization, don't hesitate. Be aggressive.
Yeah.
Fortune favors the brave.
There you go. I mean, we're going to talk about it later, not to bring this up right now, but the Milwaukee Bucks literally just did that.
Yes.
They identified, they said, okay, we know this. We have the number 2 seed, this coach here. He's been doing okay. But we think that Doc Rivers is a better coach, and we don't believe this guy can get it done. The players don't believe in him.
I think the two things happened in the opposite. I think they reached a conclusion that Griffin is not very good.
Yes.
And then they needed to look for better, and then they found Doc.
I don't think it's a coincidence that Doc was hired the same day. I don't think it's a coincidence.
I think that they had to hire a black coach.
Well, we'll talk about it. About it. But I do agree with that. I know.
I didn't know we're that regimented on the show.
We're not.
I've only been here 3 years. What are we doing?
This is a free-flowing show.
Apparently not. I've been put back in the cage.
No. Come out of the cage, man. Take the bird out of the chest. All right, let's go. Talk about it.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think that when you, and I don't even want to say the narrative. The fact is, black coaches don't get hired at a high rate, and when they do, it's often in bad situations, and they don't get the benefit of the doubt when they're, they get fired quickly, and they don't always get a second chance.
Definitely.
And that's exactly what the Bucks did here. They fired Budenholzer, which I was on board with. I thought he had grown stale in that role, but he's an old white guy.
I wasn't on board.
They
with
bring.
No, I mean, he just won. He had just won, and then
2021, man. We're in 2023.
No, but he was
when
fired.
The firing happened.
When the firing happened,
he had just won.
He had just won, and well, no,
he
not
was fired last year.
He had won.
He got knocked out in the first round.
He had won in the previous year, not in that current.
And then he got knocked out in the first round.
Yes, but he had literally his brother had just died.
Right,
like a day before, like. He had just died.
Right.
A day before the series started.
Circumstance does not change responsibility.
But you just won the championship a year before.
Yeah.
You're in the current year. You go out the first round, but the man's brother, not like some,
there's a reasonable cause of why he probably couldn't coach as well.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
But
anyway, go ahead with your timeline.
Brett Favre played marvelously when his dad died.
Come on, don't talk about. Come on.
He might have stole from the welfare people, but hey,
might
he played a hell of a
There's
game.
no might. He stole.
Maybe there's a correlation between playing well in the face of death and stealing. So
but go
maybe
ahead.
Budenholzer's a better human, but I felt regardless of. I felt he had run a little bit stale.
Okay.
And it was okay to freshen up. They picked Griffin, black coach getting his first opportunity, and then you're firing the guy 4 months into the season.
Yeah.
Like, it would be very tough to bring one of the fucking Van Gundy brothers in or something like that.
Yeah.
In that situation, you're going to catch some heat. And so I really felt like almost that, as soon as this happens, like, well, they're going to have to go with a black head coach so that they don't get in that space. And that alone becomes a distraction. Doc's available, and away you go. I guess I was reading something over here, though. The parallel to this is the David Blatt move. When the Cavs fired him, and they had a good record, and ostensibly on the surface things were okay, but it didn't feel good inside, and they moved to Tyrone Lue, and they won that year.
Right.
And so that's one of those things I think you look at, and it's like, don't be afraid to be bold. This is what we're just saying in the case of football. It's like if you feel internally that this is not right, you got to make the move. And one of the things I guess the general manager has said for a couple of years, like since they've had Giannis, is that really it's like when you have Giannis, you're always on the clock. You can't wait. You can't waste seasons.
Milwaukee has been an aggressive franchise
Because
Giannis' peak.
Because that's been their mantra. They accepted when he rose to his level.
Yeah.
They realized this is what we have, and we cannot let this go without making every opportunity we can. And they've stayed on that aggressive side.
They have stayed year to year. It is a year-to-year thing with them. You move on from Drew Holiday, you move on from Bud, and it doesn't matter what level of success we had last year. This year is this year for Milwaukee Bucks. It's this year. What are you doing for me right now?
Yeah.
You're not doing it? Okay.
And I don't think from an organizational standpoint they're wrong to do that. And I think other franchises, perhaps Philadelphia, needs to have that mentality as well.
But in a way, I don't think that's necessarily correct because you're not getting time for it to settle.
Here's the thing. Like, if it was not settling, like, it's not going to settle.
But here goes
That's
the thing.
not true.
You know you're hiring a first-year coach. You
Right.
knew that when you're bringing him in.
And
You want this man to hit, though?
And when I was in
80 rounds per hour?
I honestly think it was a terrible hire because what I was reading was that, like, from the time they hired him, that's why they wanted Terry Stotts to be the assistant because they were very big on having, like, a veteran guy that had been a head coach before. And it wasn't like Griffin picked Stotts. They kind of put him on it. Then they had an argument and a falling out, and Stotts quit in the preseason.
Yeah.
And then they kind of stayed on Griffin we want you to hire a senior guy
Yeah.
that's been a head guy. That's terrible. I mean, I just praise them for being aggressive, but that's awful.
Yeah, that
like
was.
you can't force a head coach to have certain assistants.
Right.
It doesn't work. When you're the coach, you got to have the ability to coach the team. You got to make the decisions. You got to build that culture, and you can't have a guy on your staff that's not your guy. Now, if he had a relationship with Terry Stotts or some other veteran guy, and I want you in this, let's do this together, that's a different scenario. But when that person's put on you, like, that's what you get, an argument 5 days into camp.
It's probably
and
not
the
gonna
guy
work.
fired him. No.
That's what happened in our favorite show. One of our favorite shows, the Lakers show.
Yeah.
The names are gonna escape me here.
Westfall.
But the assistant coach, Westfall didn't hire. Help me out. That assistant
Pat
coach,
Riley.
Pat Riley. Pat Riley was like on the.
You
I
can't
know.
think of Pat Riley's name?
Well, yeah, Miami Heat has been
Bubba
throwing
might
him
have
aside.
CTE.
Old age.
Old age or CTE.
But that's the perfect example because he didn't hire Pat Riley.
Yeah.
Pat Riley was, just anointed that assistant coach at the time.
For sure.
And they would bump heads from time to time. But
They bumped heads a ton.
a ton.
A lot.
But that's
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
Yeah.
One of my favorite coaches in any sport is a guy named Jose Mourinho, and he was coaching at Barcelona as an assistant. And he said there was a period of time when I was there and I was learning every day. And then there was a period of time at the end of every day, all I could do is go home and complain about the stuff that the head coach was doing. And when I stopped and thought about it, that was the moment I needed to move on.
Mm-hmm.
When I was no longer learning and I was disagreeing, I need my own space to do my own thing. But internally, like, there was a thing, like, so I also read about that process. The last round of interviews involved Drew Holiday, Giannis, Lopez, and Middleton. They actually interviewed the last couple candidates. And what Griffin's calling card is a more aggressive defensive structure that he wanted to implement, with Holiday being the tip of the spear.
Mm-hmm.
He gets moved for Dame, and you lose that. And I think when this guy looks back at what transpired, his undoing was a lack of flexibility and reality to what he had. He still wanted to kind of coach the team in his mind and not the team that he had.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big coaching mistake, especially at the professional level. You do not do a lot of molding at the professional level. Specifically to skill sets and things of that nature. You can create a little culture, a little mentality, and shape in that area, but you're not going to change what a player is. You have to bring a guy like Damon and accept what he does and adapt to what you can do with him, and not the other way around. And his failure to identify that and adapt to it was ultimately his undoing in this situation.
Yeah, but a couple of things. Firing him this early, that has to be a killer to his career.
Absolutely.
First,
I think he'd be okay.
You
I
think
think
he'll
it'd be okay. Yeah, I think it'd be okay because
He'll be
of his
coaching
previous
it.
record, and they just gave him a contract, so they wouldn't just give you a contract for no reason.
Well, I mean, it's
No.
his first gig, and he was an assistant coach before that. And
Right.
even though the Toronto, I mean, they did well. I mean, but he was an assistant coach.
He's done. He'll be coaching horseshit Christian.
Yeah, because it's a huge red flag that you get
Yeah.
fired.
Yeah.
And also, it's because of the players drive this change. Players
True.
talk, and no organization is going to bring you in if the players don't even like you, because then they're going to have problems with free agency. It becomes
a
killer.
snowball.
It's
Yeah.
a killer for
Yeah,
him, man.
no, it's absolute
It's
killer.
a fucking killer. Man.
He'll realistically, I don't think he gets another head job at the professional level.
He have to take the assistant
may
route.
rehab himself as an assistant,
Yeah.
kind of like Mike Brown
And
did.
have to go for years,
and
man.
go years in that lane again.
Yeah.
Or you might get somebody to bite on the college side.
Yeah.
know,
He'll
just
get a college
whatever.
bite, but as professionally wise, he can get a assistant and ride that out, and something may happen, a coach may die or something, and he'll get an opportunity. But
I mean, Detroit's always looking.
Detroit is always looking. Actually, Monte is one of the highest paid coaches in the league. That is crazy, but it's his team. It's not Monte. But another thing is the Doc piece. So Doc comes in, okay. I've never been the biggest Doc guy. I just think he's a really overrated coach. But he's a great guy. He's a great conversationalist.
Whose grandma does Doc have nudes of? He keeps getting on the coaching carousel. Oh, I love the comments. I love the comments. I
Whose
don't
grandma
know.
does Doc Rivers have news?
That's funny.
Just move on to GM of front
I hope
office.
those nudes are from Grandma's prime and not current day. Could be a little tough on the eye. I can't unsee these nudes.
That's Kobe, man. Yeah, but no, seriously, man. He's blessed by the hand of God, man. He keeps getting these opportunities, and I just honestly don't know why.
I really think because Doc is a player's coach.
Yeah.
And he's a solid person. So it's like, if anybody's gonna lose, we'll lose with Doc.
I think the problem is, and Doc would not necessarily have been my hire here. He brings a piano on his back of psychological baggage. And the failure in the playoffs and the losing the 3-1 leads and all that stuff. Any team he comes to now, they have to take on that burden when they get into these playoffs. I mean, guarantee you, if they go up 3-1 in any round of these playoffs, that's going to be the story. And you don't want that story. You don't want it, and you had to. You don't have to have it. You didn't have to hire him. He's not the only option. And I don't understand why you do this, to bring that burden into your organization at this point.
Yeah, and he's awful under pressure, man. And he doesn't adapt. He doesn't fucking change anything. I'm just so excited he's not the 76ers coach anymore. It's not even funny, even though you can't put all the blame on him. You hardly ever could put the blame all on one person when a team collapses under any context. But yeah,
my thing, I'd say is I've met him probably half a dozen times, talked to him when I was coaching at Winter Park. He is one of the more impressive people I've ever met. He just has an aura about him, a presence, absolutely terrific, very insightful. Learned a lot just from listening to him talk about stuff that I tell you stuff that he told me 12 years ago, 15 years ago. When I don't know that he's really a player's coach anymore. He had that in Boston. He brought that group together, but I think in the Clippers it was up and down, and I don't think that group necessarily loved him when he left.
I think he had too many hats.
Yeah,
and that's many hats.
And I don't.
Oh yeah,
and
that's when he was the GM.
Yeah,
and I don't think Philadelphia's players missed him. And had it
Well, Harden drove him out of town.
Well, Harden
he
did,
left.
but I don't know that that's the thing.
No, Maxey came out on the podcast and basically said Doc Rivers lied and stunted my growth. I mean, literally he said that on the podcast.
And I think we've got to get
Embiid
away.
was okay with him.
But I think you got to get away from that notion. I don't think the data shows us that he's a player's coach anymore. I don't think his last two stops tell us that. When a player's coach leaves, people are hurt. People are emotional about it. And they'll let you know that. And that hasn't been the case in his last two departures.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes, and
will.
yeah, Milwaukee has a championship team, so if they don't win or advance, man, this has to be his last go round if they don't succeed.
I think so.
And
Yeah,
I don't think the people are going to care that you came in a little bit, basically mid-season.
I
All
think
of that is
honestly,
out of the window.
if I think you're at an advantage coming in this particular situation, you do have a talented roster. You've had a degree of dysfunction that you can kind of slap the Band-Aids on and push forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all on you.
Right.
And again, you've only got to get this to work for 40 games plus playoffs. And there's a chance you can let the planets align and do that.
Yeah.
And so I think you look at this as a unique opportunity.
Okay.
You haven't had like a whole preseason's worth of
Failures
expectation.
and-
Right.
Like a whole expectations and here's what we're going to do and this is what we're going to do. You're jumping in on the fly. We're playing tomorrow night. Let's go.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the best way to operate.
All right. Well, once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We are available on all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. DJ Levy, what's going on, my man?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Yeah, so you've been DJing for a while. I actually met you at I started to see you at I guess it was Ronnie events. I want to say
more than likely.
More than likely,
More
Ronnie
than
events,
likely.
and we had Ronnie in here a couple of months
Ronnie's
ago.
official DJ?
I'm gonna say yes without the official yes, but kind of. That's my guy.
Yeah, and we had Ronnie on the show a couple months ago.
That's
that
a
was
wow,
fun.
man. Man, I got stories, bro.
He didn't give us all the goods then.
Nah, he's not gonna give y'all the goods on camera, man. Ronnie.
Well, give us some goods.
I see what I could do.
So yeah, so how long you been DJing?
10 years now.
About
Shit.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years now.
How did it start? How did you get started? Where did you start?
I come from a family of DJs.
Oh wow. Okay.
So where most people have like a family of singers,
Mm-hmm.
we're a family of DJs. There's 3 of us that are active now. It used to be about 6 of us.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm Jamaican, so I have that side of me, and I'm also
Irish!
and I'm also from Orlando, like
Okay.
born and raised. So and that's rare. It's not a lot of us either.
No,
so
no.
I was blessed to have two different styles, but they're similar
Okay.
to be around. And I just kind of caught it, man. I saw the effect that it had on people. I wasn't cool enough to rap.
Did you try?
Oh, we all did.
all
I
did,
can
'cause
rap,
I did.
but my
Yeah, I
mom
did.
ain't play that. My mom's a single mom. She's 6'1".
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
She not playing
Was
that.
she a hooper?
Volleyball, track and field.
Okay. What was your track and field event?
Shot put and discus.
Ooh, mom must be powerful then.
She used to work corrections.
The throwing events. So
Yeah.
you got to be strong.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, yeah.
Yeah, she
nothing
went in
to
and
play
play with. She held a record for a while at her middle school for like forever. And then she worked corrections. So
Okay.
Oh yeah.
she ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah.
So
That's a fact.
yeah, I wasn't rapping. I wasn't coming in the house rapping.
I was going. I literally had that to ask you about your like if you had any Caribbean roots, because you when you get to that mix, it's like you know what you're doing.
Definitely.
Like some people, like some DJs, if you hear their Caribbean mix, it's like
It's the same 5.
It's the same 5.
It's the same 5.
And it's been the same 5 for like the last 15 years. So
Definitely.
it's like, and
You know
but,
what? You know
but
what?
him,
You know
gets
what's
in there.
super disturbing is, I was in the Caribbean Students Association at FSU,
Okay.
and so like when people will occasionally play Caribbean stuff, they're playing the shit that I listened to at FSU in the '90s.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're still playing
Yes.
those
That's
freaking
what I'm
songs.
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, they're good songs, but come on, people are still making
Yes.
reggae music.
It's still coming out brand new and fresh, but
Yeah.
that's why you feel that way, because I'm from it. So that's what got me into it and going, and just listening to it growing up, and see, like I said, seeing the effect it had on people. I like the fact that I can make you feel happy, sad, whatever. I can pretty much make you do what I want you to do, just off of
Powerful tool.
music selection. It's very powerful. I did not know the power until maybe
You
like
think
2
you
years
could
ago.
You think you could get somebody to assassinate somebody?
I can get you to fight. I can get you to fight.
Could you do how many different lanes of music could you go in and DJ and be really good at it? Like it's hip hop.
I am proficient in about. I'm better at telling you what I'm not proficient in. which is Bollywood. That's the only thing I don't really touch.
I haven't heard of that. What is that?
Indian.
Oh,
The sitar,
yeah.
baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't touch that.
Bend it like that.
Because you gotta know what you really gotta study it, and it just don't work for me.
Okay.
But everything else,
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Country, rock and roll.
I'm itching and dying for a space to do it in, but here
What about what's the kind of music they play at the raves where they go crazy?
EDM.
EDM.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Really?
EDM, R&B, and rap are kind of they live in the same house. It's just something's a little faster. You can just play with it. If you learn how to strip vocals, man, you can have a good time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What do you mean by strip vocals?
So you could take the vocals from a rap song, like the acapella, and you could put it over EDM beat and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of ways to play with it now. Like when I first started, I started with CDJs, which is basically 2 CD players on both sides.
Okay.
And you had to remember what was on each CD. Yeah, like
so everything's on a computer now, right?
everything.
Okay.
And I just found out that in Vegas, and a few parts of California, you can't even bring your laptop in anymore. It's all thumb drives.
Oh, really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So they don't have a computer there that you put your thumb drive
It's
in?
all on. There's the DJ controller.
Okay.
And you plug your thumb drive into it, and it loads up all your songs. So you got to know your folders. So it's kind of going back to what CDJs used to be.
Okay, yeah.
So it kind of, it's a little tougher.
Okay.
But it makes it easier on the DJ because you just walking in. You might have a backpack, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like you just plug it in and you do your set and you out.
That, like, you remember Mo used to work with?
Yeah.
Like, so he did some DJ stuff on the side. I remember he got like a DJ gig at this random bar in Longwood, and I went up and I was like hanging out with him, and I was like, it is a powerful thing, and it wasn't even a big crowd.
It definitely is.
But like just the way like when he gets the music going, and then like once you get the people, then you can switch it and take them to a different place. Like it was really awesome.
It's something, like I said, when you realize the power that you have as a DJ is next to it's I can't even put it next to anything because it's like
got to be better than religion.
It's close to it because sound is the only thing that can enter your body unknowingly. No matter where you go, if you hear a certain drum pattern, you're gonna move. You may not even want to. It might not even be on your mind, but your body here is like, oh, well, I know this.
Somebody might not want to see you move.
Right, most definitely. So it's like when you figure out how to control that, and you can go, all right, white people like this. Black people like this. Kids like this. Old people like this. But if I take this and move it to this, I can get old people and black people at the same time. Or I can take white people and kids at the same time. And then you kind of learn how to play with it.
A little Epstein vibe there. White
I'm not going to touch that one. But
you took us there.
For me, you got to love it. You got to love it. And a lot of cats don't.
Yeah.
They do it for the money pussy.
Yeah.
That's
what I did it for. So I DJ'd in college. I DJ'd
Really?
in college, but I put DJ'd as a very loose term because what happened was when you started in mass communication, which is the media department in college, they put us in. You start off in radio, right? So it was the AM side
sweet.
and the FM side, and your whole goal is to get to the FM side because you could be heard throughout the whole city of Daytona.
Right.
AM is just you learning and stuff, even though you're on.
Yeah.
And so we get there and we learning stuff about radio and stuff like that. But then afterwards, it's the actual DJ because we had a couple of DJs there and things like that. But when I'm getting started and going on DJing wise, the main thing I want to think about is my DJ name. I want to think about this, I want to think about that. Then I'm thinking about,
What'd you go with?
DJ Raw at that time.
Okay.
It was because it was a play off my rap name because like you said, everybody in the hood,
Yeah,
either gonna
we
rap,
all
play ball, or sell dope.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I did 3 out of 4. I did 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4. And so when you get in, especially in college, so I'm thinking of I'm gonna play the songs that I want to play, and
That you like.
I like, and I'm thinking, whatever. Everybody's gotta like what I like, and then also I'm gonna sneak in a couple songs from my hometown, play some Carvis. If it was the section of the time where I could play, what I mean, whatever. Everybody play my whole boy hear that rap. I'm gonna sprinkle it in here and there, but I'm literally just going from song to song. Back in the day, I don't know if they still use this term. It press play DJ.
Yeah.
And that's what I was, right?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I'm doing a damn good job because what we would do is we would finagle ways to get these pajama jam parties. We would fucking fake signatures and things like that. You had to go through all of that, and we would.
What were you faking signatures for?
Because you had to get permission.
You had to get it approved
from
the school
to do parties on campus.
You're trying to do it on campus.
On campus.
Okay.
But we're using the school, the equipment and all that stuff, and we're making money.
Don't tell me this isn't the dean's signature.
It looks just like it.
And we making money. You charge $2, $5 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's supposed to go to the department, but of course we're keeping it.
Of course.
The older guys, they taught us the game, okay? But anyway, you go in, it's a shitload of people, it's a pajama party. I know, like, okay, I'm gonna play these whatever, 10 dancing songs, songs that make the girls dance. I'm gonna go to my whatever Young Jeezy bag, whatever, to get the crowd crunk. And whatever, and that's it, right? And I'm just going from song to song. I'm not doing any.
You're not blending.
Now, right? Not doing any of that. And I'm a fire ass DJ. I'm the best on cab. I'm doing this shit, right? And then about a month later, we have this we having this party, and the FM DJ, we making a name. We doing this thing. It's 3 of us. It's Grant, and DJ Showtime, and we doing this thing, man. DJ from the FM side, who is a big DJ, gets paid. It's like 3 of them, but this one in particular, he comes and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna come to the next party, do that." DJ Nails. I don't know if you're familiar.
I've heard that name before.
Name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's worked with 104.5 in Orlando, and Miami, all that stuff, man. He's actually on a national syndicated radio show now, but he DJs, like really DJs. He came over.
Ooh. Ooh.
You know where this one's going.
Yeah.
He comes over, man, and I'm like, oh, this is what a fucking DJ is.
You got a lesson.
Mm-hmm. I can't even, I don't even want to learn to do this. This is too much.
Oh,
it's too much. And to know
Bubba's not here for the craft.
I was just here for the girls.
Yeah.
And the good time.
I'm saying, the good time. Like it's real work. And if you really and if you're paying attention to the crowd, if you know where to go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you know how to fuck, I'm still doing my thing and listening to people tell me what songs they want to hear. You got to learn how to know how to block that out or do.
It's, man. Because people, for some reason.
What is your move to block that out? What do you do?
Oh, my ignore game is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, or I always usually keep somebody with me so they can
There's like a buffer.
Yeah, tell them.
Okay.
And if they know it's something I'll play or it makes sense, then we good. If not, they wouldn't even tell me.
I was gonna say, do you just act so locked in that nobody wants to talk to you?
Sometimes.
Okay, I like it.
It depends, man. Because for some reason, people feel like DJing is something where you can't just press a button. No, it's a real job. Like people take time out, hours out to figure out your sets. Because you can't just walk into places. Sometimes you got to know what you're doing. Because unlike any other job, you'll give a DJ like 2 minutes, and if it's not hitting, it's gonna get ugly real fast.
Gotcha.
It'll get ugly quick. I've had my share. Like you get to you're around it long enough. You have your days where it's like, whew, that was rough.
It's almost like a stand-up comedian.
Very similar to that.
Like people not gonna give you that long, man.
Yeah.
5 to 10.
You know what I'm saying?
5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, man, they gonna give you too long.
But yeah, I love it. I love being from the city because this city is a DJ city. It make you, especially if you're around a certain crowd of guys. Iron sharpen iron.
Let's. I want to get to a big topic. A lot of guys talk about this. You're from the city.
Yes.
Pull that mic down. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you see your face better. I was like, okay.
My disguise.
Hey, if you were going for the disguise, by all means, put it back up.
Breaking records.
Yes.
All right. So, a lot of local artists, a lot of artists in the city, they've had a long-standing beef with DJs throughout the city about playing their records and breaking records from local artists.
Right.
What's your take on that from your point of view and in general?
I'm not breaking a record when you're not showing up. For what? It's a hand wash hand situation. You show up with your people. I play your record. It looks good for you. Y'all jumping around. It looks good for me because it shows that we have a relationship. One hand washes the other. well, I'm gonna keep breaking this record, and then you take off. And what's good, what artists are very known for here, is they'll take off and forget their DJ here. No, fuck you. You're not gonna put me in your label deal.
Yeah.
You're not gonna give me a finder's fee. You're not gonna think about me. I'm just that dude in the club that you was cool with that helped break your record.
Exactly.
It's only one, maybe two cases I've personally seen, where the DJ broke the record and the artist didn't forget about him. And that was Whoop and JR. Ever since then.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's hard to break. It's not the technique of breaking a record isn't hard, but it's hard to break a record.
Yeah.
Because Orlando's a city where we're a certain kind of market. Like, so you got to break something into that market, and it's like, well, we don't know that. Who is this?
Yeah.
And so to break that in, to do all of that work, because it takes a lot of work, a lot of club nights, what do you get out of it as a DJ?
Yeah. And if you're not there, and you didn't 100% touch on it, but yeah, if the artist is not there with their people, it could be a dead spot, and you're just looking crazy,
right?
With nobody moving because they don't know the song.
Now I gotta hope my people that are with me in the booth, I gotta charge them up,
yeah,
for you,
right.
And you're not here. It's your product.
Yeah.
Would you give your dope to somebody else and hope they bring you the money back? No.
Do you have to? Do you think that the DJ has to believe in the record to break it?
Yes. Okay. For me personally,
so
yes.
You have to like the record.
You gotta like it.
Yeah.
You gotta have some type of. It has to be something in the record for you. Like sonically, you hear it. Lyrically, you mess with it. Something has to gravitate to you to go, all right, this is the one. Like I can tell you the record I wish I broke. I wish I broke Duck Duck Goose.
The Gabby.
Gabbana.
Yeah, Gabbana. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that record.
Yeah.
I love that one because there's never been a female to break out of here.
Yeah.
Never been a female to break out of Orlando.
Hasn't. And I love her. I want her on this podcast. I like her. I like her the most because we played a short clip of her acting on that the
Diego series.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
And she can fucking she can act.
She's
man.
multi-talented. She won.
I like her.
I swear. I wrote this in my book for goals. I want to write a single for her. I think she's the team of writers away.
Yeah.
She's a team of writers away. She just need. I don't care who it is. Just give her some writers.
Yeah.
Fuck writing it on your own. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Great.
But it's not even where we at.
But to get real success, if she got with a team of writers with her attitude, she got the look, the attitude.
She got it.
She's cool as shit.
Yeah, she got it now.
Oh man, she out of here.
Yeah.
She out of here.
Yeah. Do you write songs in as well?
So yeah, I did an album 2 years ago.
Okay.
Because I saw that nobody, as far as DJ wise, had ever done an album. As far as not having other artists, I did my own. So basically, I took what I do as a DJ and I put it on a record.
Okay.
Taking after DJ Cool out of DC. Okay. Have you ever heard Let Me Clear My Throat?
Yeah.
That guy, he dropped an album. I listened to that whole thing and I was like, oh, it's possible. Okay. So basically, I was like, what's the one thing I can do? I'm not going to kill anybody because I wasn't raised that way. I'm not going to sell no drugs. They done sold all the drugs. Ain't no more drugs left. And I ain't have a bunch of women like that because I was ugly coming up. I ain't get this beautiful till a few years ago.
The goose.
Right. So, but my thing was always a party, a good time. Get people back to dancing.
Okay.
Let's go back to having a good time. Like I remember before there were sections, when there were no sections, it was a beautiful time.
That's what I remember.
Okay.
Everything was a house party.
Yeah. It was a party.
Big old house party, in the club.
Oh, so I picked 4 or 5 cities that I loved, and I basically mimicked my version of what they would do. So I picked New Orleans, I picked Puerto Rico, I picked, where else did we pick? I think we picked here and somewhere else. And basically, we just had a good time. Miami.
With those sounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so New Orleans with the bounce music.
Most of them.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever been.
Oh, yeah, I've been a few times. Give me my guys.
Fellas, if you ain't never been to boy,
Get
your ticket, dude. Something special down there. Something special.
So do you travel and DJ a lot of other places?
Most definitely.
Okay.
If my wheels can get me there, I'm going.
Okay.
And I DJ it all, from a funeral to a birth.
What's the best funeral you ever DJ?
So we Caribbean. So we have this thing. It's called 9 nights. It's really over 5 nights, but it's like different things happen. Okay. And one of them, like after the funeral, there's usually a big party.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I would DJ that.
You're not alongside the coffin.
No, but I would.
I might if I die first, man.
Hey, man. Hey, brother. I wouldn't even charge you that much.
All right.
Yeah, that's my guy Pink. We good. Well,
Holland, I hope you're taking notes in the house.
Most definitely. But yeah, I've been somewhere everywhere. I'm wanting to go international this year, maybe next year, hopefully.
Cool.
How do DJs get big? I know that's a
a
weird question.
Loaded question.
I know, because it like when you look at it from our point of view, it looks like, okay, this guy's just up here playing music everybody wants to hear. What differentiates a guy? I know the talent because I've tried it, right? So I know a guy could be more skillful. There's the other levels to it, but but it has to be at some point that you're just as skilled and know just as much as the top DJ in Orlando right now, in my opinion. So what makes that person?
I can tell you, one, networking. You will live and die off of networking. I don't like people.
You had us fooled for the first hour.
I know. I don't like people. So I'll do an event and I go straight home.
Yeah.
Or
I was just with you. You did an event. You went straight home.
I went straight home.
Walked straight up.
I don't necessarily canoodle. And I should. I know. I should. Or if I know, say like the homie Jax has an event at the Woods on Tuesday nights. I should be there. I've been once. I probably go one more time, and that's because my social meter ain't. I don't like people that much. But to get back on it, networking. 2 is your brand. Brand yourself. Find your lane of how you DJ, who you are as a DJ, and then sell it. And make it the biggest, most extravagant thing you can sell. Because that's the one thing I can sell to you. It's a good time. And who don't like having a good time?
Yeah.
Well, I guess what I would say in that, because you did mention like how diverse you are in the types of music you can present. Like, so how do you brand that?
I think it hurts you more than it helps you, right?
It kind of. So in my case, yes, it kind of does. But at the point I'm at now, I'm chasing. I shouldn't be doing this, but I have a daughter, so I'm chasing money. So I'm grabbing it wherever I can.
Right.
So that's, yes, it does hurt me. But
okay,
on a just an intellectual level, and if I'm ever somewhere and something's going down, I'm in a crowd full of people, and what they may have told me to play may not be working, I can go to something else.
Right.
So it hurts, but it also helps.
I understand that. Okay, but as far as brand, like
yes.
It might be better to be like, this dude is the best Caribbean DJ anywhere.
So
you know what I mean?
The GOAT of here just had that conversation with me. DJ Consistency. He literally just told me that.
DJ Consistency.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
He literally just told me, he was like, you gotta find your lane. You gotta pick it, stick with it. You do a lot of things well. Pick one.
Yeah.
That's my biggest issue, because I do a lot of shit.
If you were to pick one.
Yeah, if you had to pick one.
I'm gonna go old school.
Old school.
Okay.
I got a 70s bag that you can't believe.
70s? That's really old school.
Oh, yeah. Yacht music?
I was thinking like 2000, 99.
No. When I heard old school, I was thinking soul, but I didn't think it was going to go back that. Yeah.
From 70 to 90?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because for some reason, I kind of got into it, and that's where I learned. That's what I learned. That's the music I learned to DJ on. I didn't learn to DJ on what was hot at the time. So this is like 04. I didn't get none of that. The people I was around, they were like, "Yeah, that's that new stuff. You don't need that." You need to learn this. And I'm grateful for it because I can kind of pick samples and do a bunch of stuff with it.
Have you ever done any old school spots or old school parties?
I'm gonna have to make my own.
I mean, just themed events, maybe.
Me and Ronnie got something cooking.
Okay.
But that's just something I've been working on.
We got a couple in the city. What am I thinking about? You know the
Amvet?
Yeah, Amvet.
So okay,
Amvet.
I'm not old enough to go in there yet.
What's the minimum age there?
1,000. Man, I went in there one
time.
I
went there.
Man,
yeah, well, I went there a couple of times.
It's a good time.
Yeah. But you get yourself a picture out of there?
I think the youngest person in there is like 45. Oh, that's the youth.
Goddamn dinosaur.
That's the youth.
So it's just me. What I pride myself on is.
Bubba, you got to go to the Amvet wearing an I Eat Ass T-shirt, and let's see what happens.
What I pride myself on is being able to DJ a party where there are younger people and have an hour or so set. And you partying so hard, you don't realize you ain't heard nothing new.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So by the time I turn on the new stuff, you like, I had my good time.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
No, that is interesting. And that's how I feel when you do DJ. Because every bag you get into, it's so good. It's like that. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what his particular lane is, but when you go to your Caribbean bag, I love it. When you go to your old school bag, I love it. Then of course the new and everything like that. But all these others that I just, I haven't been to those type of parties. The EDM bag, I would love to see you in the element, even though I don't listen to that music. But I just don't believe you, I guess is my point. I gotta see it.
So
the EDM, the country, rock and roll.
Did you ever participate in the EDM thing that is downtown?
EDC?
EDC, is that?
So that's my goal. That is one of my local dreams, is to get one of us to play EDC. I would love for it to be me. I just found out kind of the keys to do it, so I got to figure out sometime in the next year or two to do it to make it work. Because you got to be able to create. You got to create your own mixes and your own. I just found out a lot of those DJs, they pre-record their mixes so that the lights can match the mix.
Oh, okay.
So when they're up there, they're not DJing per se.
Right.
They're not. It's kind of already tailored. They may
kind of
change a song or two, but yeah, they're not doing too much
you.
work, and they're getting paid disgusting amounts of money.
A lot of people at my job go there.
They have a good time. It's a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably not good for the job, but hey.
Oh, it's great. It's great for the job.
But once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink.
Is there a lot of sex there too?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I would not doubt it.
I'm more of a sex guy than a drug guy.
I like edibles. It's kind of a new thing for me, and I'm loving it.
Really?
Hell yeah. I love eating my drugs.
All right.
Yeah. Who doesn't love a good edible, man? I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors here, Royal13thebrand.com. Again, that is Royal13thebrand.com. Use promo code BubbaPink and you'll be fresh at a discount. All right.
I'm going to have to go get some of that.
Yeah, man. Royal 13.
Don't forget the discount code, though.
Definitely.
That's right.
Simple, rolls off the tongue.
All right, let's get into some other stuff here, some trending topics here in entertainment and sports. I hope you have a funny story for us that we're going to circle back to it afterwards.
Okay.
I prepped you. I don't prep a lot of people, so at least you got that, all right?
You're one of the privileged ones. Usually Bubba likes to drop that on a mid-show.
Yeah, man, just drop it mid-show.
I'll see what I can come up with.
All right, but in the meantime.
Drop it like a deuce after lunch.
In the meantime, we'll start off with a segment we call Start a Bench with Coach Pink. And we'll give both of you guys a couple of minutes to talk about these trending topics that's going on. All right. First here, and you guys have the option to talk about it or not. First here we have, who do we have here? We got Detroit Lions. We were just talking about them. Start a bench.
Yeah, they're a good story, man.
What up, though?
Yeah, so there's talk going around that maybe Detroit Lions should become the new America's team, taking over for Dallas Cowboys.
That's not going to happen. Jerry would die twice before that happened.
Jerry just needs to die once to let that team improve.
Yeah. Well, you got Jerry Jr. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to follow suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The apple usually doesn't fall far from the tree.
Oh, it's right under it.
Yeah. no way Detroit becomes America's team, but I get what the sentiment is.
Yeah.
They come from the the Midwestern thing, and like Dan Campbell is like, he's an appealing coach. He's got a certain way about him that's relatable. He doesn't talk too high, he doesn't talk too low, and they're a great story. They've been crappy forever, and now they've got a good team, and they're good on both sides of the ball. It's a great story. They're more of the Cinderella team than America's team. Nobody's going to take that America's team mantle, because at this point, and again, I think it coincides with how many people feel conflicted or divided over America itself. That's how we feel about the Cowboys. There's people that love it, and there's people that hate them, and that, to be America's team, is what a modern America's team is. We're not a country that's united, that's going to come around a single team and be like, that's our squad.
Right.
That's not who we are anymore. We're a divided country, and we have Cowboy haters and Cowboy lovers, and we have people that don't like America and people that do. Literally. Or people that define America much differently, I would say that.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next one here. We have a lady in church start a bench.
God damn, I want to bench this one.
Bench.
You want to bench?
Lady in church. Unless she farted.
All right.
I don't really have
No,
much else.
she didn't fart. All right, we'll move along here. We have rappers start a bench.
Start rappers.
Start.
All right. So they put out a list of the rap. Hold on. Yeah, yes. Here we go. Top 10 rappers that have fell off.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
So I'm going to name a couple guys that they think have fell off here.
Let's do this. Hold on. Can I ask for clarification? What does fall off mean?
That's what I was going to ask.
Fall off as meaning like no motion, guys who are just not at the level they were at.
But is it guys that were at some point at a really high level?
Yeah.
Not like one-hit wonder type
No,
dudes?
no.
Okay. So it's guys that really were up there at some point and now.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Ja Rule?
No, not that old. These are all modern.
Who gives a fuck about what Ja Rule thinks?
So
No, I said he fell off.
I'm not going to name all 10, but just a few guys here. We got Bobby Shmurda actually came in at number 1.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. Fell off.
Lil Baby is at number 3.
How?
Give us the whole list, because you tried to piecemeal these lists before. And it never works.
So Bobby Shmurda number 1.
Yeah.
Quando Rondo number 2.
He fell off.
Lil Baby number 3.
No.
NBA Youngboy number 4.
No.
Rich Homie Quan number 5.
No.
Yeah, he fell off.
No. He's still dropping projects and he's still dope.
But that I mean, all these guys are still making music. But But he fell off. Rich Homie, that's the easiest one. Rich Homie was supposed to be like.
I will take
I tend to
no
agree
Rich
with
Homie
Mike.
slander.
Oh boy,
he's a good artist, and
he is.
He's his quality. His beef with Young Thug is the reason why he fell
No,
off.
Future stole his sound, and I will stand on that.
That's
100%.
That's fine too. I will accept that answer.
His sound was stolen.
But it doesn't negate the fact that
there's
he
been
fell
a theft
off.
here. I was gonna say you probably do fall off if somebody steals your sound and becomes bigger.
Yeah,
It almost means you fell
bigger.
off.
I can't take the slander.
It ain't slander.
It may not. I mean, it may not be right or just, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Little Pump comes in at number 6.
Definitely fell off.
Oh, good God.
Designer number 7.
Definitely.
That guy's an idiot.
DaBaby number 8.
No. What?
Wait,
How?
That's debatable.
Nah. He
He
just
fell
had the
off for a
song of the
minute, then he
summer.
fought back. I know.
Yeah.
He fought back. He
And had the song of the summer.
he's at number 8. It's not like he's number 1. He fought back though.
But I was going to say, if a guy's in a resurgence, it's tough to put him on this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're not going to be
he's
number 1
just
forever.
off the list.
So it's
Yeah, he's at.
That's tough.
He probably shouldn't be on here. Roddy Ricch number 9.
that one hurt my heart
But he's on. He
because
should be on
Roddy
there. He's
was
talented.
tough.
Yeah. He's talented.
But that's
And they cheated here. They have 2 guys tied at number 10. Meek Mill and Polo G.
Polo G definitely.
Polo G should be on there.
I don't think Meek could ever fall off just because once you have a dream's a nightmare, like you can't, there's no falling off. That's going to be played forever. It's like Swag Surf. It's going to be played forever.
And he's one of those veteran guys. He doesn't need to drop a lot. He's
yeah,
just
it's like, yeah.
And
Polo
he-
G,
and he
yeah.
still- he still has a relevance to him.
He still has a relevance to him.
Yeah.
And then he spearheaded that justice reform thing.
Yeah, it's like he's
So he
kind of
shouldn't
like
be there.
transitioned to others
Yeah.
to a degree.
And
He
just
did. No, he
Yeah.
did.
and he just dropped the tape with Ross, the tape was tough, and I don't know why people didn't pick it up. It wasn't what it was supposed to be.
I was about to say it was supposed
but
to be.
It had
That's the one
singles.
you talked about, right? You talked about that. Yeah,
It had singles. Like the single with him, Ross, and Tiana Taylor.
Yeah. You know, they're going to put out quality.
Is Tiana Taylor the one that's getting rid of Shump?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I agree. Lil Baby should be on this list. I agree with Lil Baby. Lil Baby fell off, and honestly, I don't think he can. I don't think he's so young, but I don't think he can come back. I think it's over. Of course, I could be wrong.
I don't
It's
think.
music.
I'm not the biggest Baby fan, but just knowing how rap goes,
You always one hit away.
and then you kind of got to take that break, because you catch your ride up, right, and then you ride high for so long. When you're doing that, you're not around family. You got to go to work. I think he's taking that break to raise his son and kind of live some life.
That high wasn't even that long.
Oh, it was long.
It's long, and when you think, but not. It wasn't long.
It's like 5 years.
It's maybe give or take, and that's not long.
I don't know if you got kids, but if you miss 5 years of your kid's life,
No. I'm not.
That's
talking
a long
about
time.
I'm not talking about family, anything. I'm just talking about strictly music. I understand what
just
you're saying.
being on top, that's a long time. Because you normally only get a year and a half too.
Number one, he wasn't on top.
He definitely
was
had it.
He was on a good run. He was on a good run.
When you get the Kirk Franklin single, you on top. Kirk just don't do.
With LeBron.
The We Believe shit. Like Kirk just don't do singles.
That was finagled. That was LeBron.
Hey, I don't care how you get it, you got it. When church ladies like, that boy ain't that bad.
I love it.
That's like one step away from being right next to soccer moms. Like you want that, and it's like, all right, let me go take a little break. So I think he's just taking a break.
I didn't realize that Kirk Franklin was such a stamp of approval.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah,
that,
because he don't do it for everybody. Like you can't.
I'm still pissed he put Bono in that damn song.
Oh man, that was like '97.
I'm a hold a grudge, man.
I see that.
That man fucked up the song.
He claims he's trying to get one in with Plies, but he say Plies keep running from.
I think
everybody
that would be the
alike.
greatest record ever, even if it's bad.
Even if it's bad.
It's gonna be like
Quality doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, let's move along here. I mean, I've come around with you on Lil Baby a little bit.
Yeah.
But Rich Homie, I gotta.
That one kind of hurt.
J. Cole start a bench here.
Let's
Start.
J. Cole was just named the best rapper alive by Complex, all right, based off of his run from last year. So it's a yearly thing they try to put out here. And
Okay.
J. Cole has the mantle now.
If we're going by 365 standard, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
That's all they're going by.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was just a year. I was gonna object to this, but if it's just a year, we could accept it.
Yeah.
He was flawless.
It's one of the best years, probably hip hop history. I know it's crazy to say because people have go on runs.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I'll put it from this way, from the standpoint, especially from a feature standpoint.
Oh my God.
It's an A++ on that in that lane. All right. He also dropped a dope project, but the features were bananas.
And his label of the cats that he signed, those are killers.
JID is on there, right?
Is
he one of those guys?
JID.
Yeah.
What's the group? Damn, I can't think.
I know you're talking about that. I can't think of the name.
Bass is dope.
Yeah.
What's my girl? She's the only singer signed to the label.
Yeah.
But she's over there. Like he takes care of his people. His festival is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then he found a way to kind of give us a year of like 4 back-to-back features that were just they didn't miss.
No, didn't miss.
Did not miss. He got me to like a Yachty single. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he still toe-to-toe with Drake on a couple, so now that's for sure.
That too.
All right. USA men's basketball.
Yeah, what's going on there?
All right. So the pool of guys were announced. All
Okay.
right. And so I'm gonna just name the players here. Pink doesn't like me to pick and choose, but it's quite a few here. So I'll go. Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
Scotty Barnes.
Bench.
So all these guys not gonna make it.
Oh, okay.
These just the pool of players that are gonna be there to try out.
Okay.
Yeah, so they designate a pool, and then as you get close to the event, like if certain guys are not healthy or
Yeah.
decide not to play, or you'll just cut some.
Gotcha.
If you have the best possible options.
Exactly. It's too many guys to list, honestly, just to go through.
What is it? 25, 30 guys?
30, yeah, it's like 30 guys, yeah.
Is Brian on it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
all of the top older guys are on it.
Okay.
With LeBron, Damian Lillard, Joel Embiid, who just recently got
Committed to the USA.
Yeah.
We're very happy.
Anthony Davis, Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, all right, De'Aaron Fox, Paul George, Aaron Gordon, James Harden.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon.
We need that on the bench.
Chet Holmgren.
Could be.
Chet Holmgren
Chet's
is
in
on
there.
there.
Good.
Jaren Jackson.
Oh, nice
Not
defense.
a fan.
He won't make
Not
the
a
team,
fan.
though. He won't
I
make
know,
the
but
team.
I love his defense.
He was
I love that
god
dude.
awful last summer.
Walker Kessler is on this list.
I
He
don't
won't
like
make
that
it.
either.
He
Yeah, I
won't
don't
make
like
it either.
that.
Kawhi, Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell.
I'm not
I
big
like
on
him.
him as a USA guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe not as US.
it's not
Maybe
as a
not
USA
USA,
guy.
but
Yeah.
I like him though.
I like him as a player. He's
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
Is Ant in there?
That was one of the. Yes, he is.
Okay, you better.
Ant is on there, of course. Yep. And KD. I don't know if I mentioned him or not yet. Jalen Brunson. That's another good name.
Okay.
All right. So the thing is, who you think will make it for sure?
This will be the last one we see Bron in.
I was gonna say what you'll probably have, assuming everybody gets there healthy, you'll have a last. This Olympics will be the last hurrah of the old guard.
Damn.
You'll have LeBron, you'll have KD, you'll have Steph, you'll have you'll have Embiid for sure.
Yeah.
But you'll have that all of those older guys that are available will play. Kawhi will play. That'll be their last hurrah.
Chris Paul is on. Yeah.
I like
Paul
it.
might get the courtesy call up.
I like
Yeah.
it. It's the last hurrah.
It will be. If LeBron participates, it's going to be on his terms. And it's going to be a last hurrah for him and his guys.
Here's my thing though. Is that a good thing for Team USA?
Not
Yeah.
necessarily.
I think so.
It can stunt the
I
development
don't,
of the
man.
program.
Okay,
You
the
have to-
development
you
of the
have
program,
to-
yes.
You have to value sustained success. And this is not just about like LeBron and his friends. And so I think you have to balance the roster. And for me, you have to cut a line on like the Chris Pauls of the world so that bring those senior guys if they're healthy. I mean, KD's been an incredible Team USA player.
Definitely.
He's won 2 tournaments virtually on his own. Whatever, and we can fairly criticize him, but we can't criticize him for those 2 tournaments.
No, just like Melo.
Yeah,
just like Melo
for sure.
with
Melo
Team
as well.
USA. Yeah.
And so, absolutely, Steph, I'd love to see a lot of those older dudes. I like it, but you need to balance the roster with young guys that will gather momentum. Ant's got to be on there.
You're saying from the developmental side.
Yeah.
In my estimation, I just think a lot of these young guys are just flat out better. I just think they're flat out better. And if you're going to put all these old guys on there,
Is Tatum in there?
yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. And if you're going to put all these old guys in there, you're going to have to take some of these young guys out. I mean,
I agree with you.
You can't fly out there with 38.
I mean,
guys.
I'm
It's
okay
going to have
with,
to be a nice mix for sure.
I'm okay with LeBron, KD, Steph, and Kawhi.
So you're saying no to Harden? That's what
Correct.
you're telling me.
Yeah, no.
You're telling me no to Chris Paul.
Correct.
You're telling me no to Paul George.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd go with Embiid, obviously, and then I would Tatum and the younger dogs.
You need another big.
AD is there.
Adebayo is probably going to get
I
it.
Bam
hope-
is. I think Bam.
Bam will get on
Bam
the
should get
roster.
over AD.
He's been a good servant of Team USA.
I
don't
don't know
love
if
him
he'll
as a
get in
player.
over AD though,
He should.
because you got the LeBron thing and
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
You know.
And
Yeah, but,
we don't need AD hurt for anything.
yeah, we do. We're just waiting for that old
Lakers in
decrepit
6.
bastard to break down. Hey, hold on, man. The play-in's only 1 game.
Hey, easy. Hey,
And don't forget, we got
Lakers in
Chet.
6.
I'm a Chet guy, man.
I
He's a
think
good big. Get
to
Chet
me,
in there.
To me, Ant, Chet, a couple of the younger guys have to be a part of it.
Yeah, but and from the developmental side,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I
And
agree.
Tatum.
With you.
And
I
Tatum
understand what you
too.
say that now. Yeah.
All right. Let's go here to let me see. Okay. We're on to our last one here since you guys skipped the church. I'm gonna play a quick video here. Where are you at? Okay, here we go.
I gave my baby father head every morning. That was my thing.
Every morning?
Every morning.
Like, on the wake up?
Really? Every morning.
Do you brush your teeth first?
Of course.
Okay.
But sometimes I didn't, I'll be honest.
Every morning?
That's a job.
Wow.
Every single
See, now that's
every
clocking
morning.
in.
I don't.
So
she did have a job. Yeah, that's a blow job.
Well,
That
was
she had a blow
tight.
That's a full-time job.
Yeah, it was every day. But I feel like I did it so much that now my jaw really be like locking.
But hold on, whose idea was it for it every day, the daily? Whose was it? Your idea or
It was
his
my
idea?
idea. He never asked me. It was his idea.
You know what though?
All right, we got the gist of that. Where do you go? Is that a good? Was that a good idea for her to come up with? Give her man head every single morning? Is that too much?
You know who her mama is, right?
No.
I don't.
You know?
It's not Superhead.
No, that's Bernice Burgos' daughter.
Oh, I know her last name is Burgos. Who is Bernice? Is she a former porn star or something? I don't know. I'm out of the loop. I know she's on one of those shows.
Now who's for real?
I know this girl.
Bernice used. Not that I know, because I know my lady watches. But Bernice used to. She was a bartender that worked at Starlet's in New York, which is a strip club.
Oh, okay.
She's one of your first IG girls that took off. Her and her daughter look exactly the same. Bernice is definitely
The daughter's the
like,
one who gave the head every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But her mom look exactly the same.
Maybe she subbed her mom in for a shift or two.
I don't know. But man, and Bernice is like early 40s.
Hey, not too old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
prime cougar right there.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, obviously she was raised in a positive household.
Definitely.
So she's got that going for her. And
Good elements.
And the low-key element of greatness is consistency. And so she has consistency going for her as well. My problem is she's already bitching about the jaw. And so this might have been a good run, but it's going to come to an end, and this guy's going to be in the same boat as any other sap in a fucking relationship.
She says she does it to see if he's cheating or not. So
Yeah,
she
that
says
was the
if he
end of it, yeah.
If she tastes
if
another
he
coochie
comes
on
a
it.
lot, then he hasn't been doing anything. But he comes a little.
But if he's getting head every day from her, and we hope he's banging her too,
That's a lot.
like he's going to have some depleted cum, no doubt, whether he's smashing somebody else or not.
Definitely.
There you go.
I thought she was literally trying to taste the other coochie. Credit to her if that's the plan.
No, that wasn't it. Yeah. But yeah, I completely agree with you, Pink. On that aspect, you poked a hole in that.
I usually do.
Jesus.
Maybe 2 or 3.
All right, that's it for Starter Bishop Coach Pete. The one you guys skipped, the lady in church here. Basically, a church sent this lady a note and returned her tithes. All right, because
The church sent her a note.
and returned her tithes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They never give the money
So
back.
basically, they kicked her out of the church because she left her husband for another guy and left her husband and the family for another guy.
Oh, okay.
And the church didn't approve of it. So,
But
they
are we
kicked her
sure
out.
that those are her tithes and not the husband's tithes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Really?
hers.
Because they had already split up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're
okay.
going to church
okay. So
individually.
just the tithes after she left. They
Yeah,
refunded
yeah.
those. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They should have refunded them to him.
Yeah, maybe so.
Damages. Yeah.
I'd be so embarrassed if I was the husband. I'd be like, man, who gives a shit, man? I'm banging half of these chicks in the church anyway.
Maybe that was a petty move from a chick that he is banging at the church.
Maybe so.
Who's up there in the financial
in the
officer
secretary?
of
Yeah,
the church.
she's a secretary.
You know, church is a dirty place.
All right,
You're
here.
going to find it in propriety. Seek the Lord.
Oh man. I knew I didn't put this on here. I always miss one, but I'm not going to skip out on talking about it anyway. All right, so I thought it was really interesting. So BG has gotten out of jail, and he's been making music.
Yes, he
He's
has.
been talking a lot on Instagram. You know, getting a part of this social media train, and you know, it was a snippet of a feature of him on and I had the guy's name. I don't know if you heard it, Levy, but he basically dissed Wayne in the
I did hear
in
it.
the song. The guy's name is right on the tip of my damn tongue. Pause. And basically the friction
It's
is
just his name, Bubba, not something else.
I like to get the
On the
guys'
tip of your
names.
tongue. Like, what the hell? Don't overreact.
Basically, the friction is that these guys are trying to get this hot Hot Boys reunion going on the tour. And it's Lil Wayne, it's BG,
Correct.
It's Turk, and it's Juvenile.
It's not Turk.
Huh?
It's not.
Well,
Turk.
Turk has been in his interview saying that he wants to be a part of it, and
He can say all he wants to, but the rest of the gang is like, nah.
Because Turk has been doing what BG is doing now for a few years, doing a lot of talking and things like that, and letting out a lot of secrets. But technically, yeah, that's who the group is supposed to be a part of. That's who the reunion would be. Now, the problem is, so now BG is saying that Wayne is holding it up, right? And he's like, Wayne is holding up, and Wayne's being a bitch, and this, and that, and he's doing that, and some people on social media is taking BG's side and saying, Wayne shouldn't do that, let these guys eat and have some money and this and that, and I'm just way so far on the other side on this, and because when they had this group out, I don't know if a lot of people know, like, Lil Wayne was a child. He was a child, and he was brought into this group. And Lil Wayne will tell you, even before they became the Hot Boys, of course, when he was really a child, he was actually in the group with just him and BG and a couple other guys who just never made it, and they were called the BGs because BG was the biggest artist in the group, right? And Lil Wayne was probably like 14, 15 at this time, and he just had met BG. It's not like they didn't grow up together per se in the same neighborhood. They were put together by Birdman and his brother. All right, and Slim. And so you get all these hodgepodge of guys. They put them together, and okay, we're going to be making music. We're going to be making albums. These guys are not related. These guys are not fucking friends. They're associates in a sense. They're co-workers. All right, and then. I was gonna say various reasons, but it's the same reason. Birdman, money. They all left the group. All right, and Lil Wayne was there by himself, and everybody left. All right. So fast forward, however many, we're talking 20 years.
Yeah.
Probably right.
Yeah.
And Lil Wayne is still fucking a huge artist, right? One of the biggest artists, hip hop artists in the world. He's still making albums. He's still touring. He's still doing features. Like, he's a fucking busy guy. He's not just at fucking home.
There you go.
These other guys got nothing better to do.
You know what I mean? He's not just like fucking home tweeting his thumbs. And he does the fucking show with Skip and Undisputed. Like, he's doing 100,000 different things.
Right.
He going on tour. It takes time, it takes energy,
right?
And he doesn't need that money. He doesn't owe you. Black people has this thing, man, where it's like, you owe me something. You owe me. He don't owe you a goddamn thing. The only money that's owed to you probably is by Birdman. You can take that up with him. But I don't owe you a goddamn thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that if that is Wayne's point of view, which he hasn't spoken on it yet.
Did we learn nothing from the BET New Edition show? Like, you can't go that route and bring people back together that don't want to be back together.
Yeah.
I mean, if the only way that this works for everybody, is if there's a genuine vibe there to do it.
Yeah.
And you can't bait somebody into doing a tour with you by talking shit about him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not going to go well. You're going to be stuck in the road, this guy, and what the fuck? You want to kill him.
Because my thinking is, right, say they do the tour.
Yeah.
There's still going to be a discrepancy because the draw that Lil Wayne brings isn't the draw that BG brings, isn't the draw that Turk brings, isn't the draw that Juvenile brings. So now you at a money dispute.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Like a huge one.
Yeah, because Wayne's still doing stadiums. You know what I mean? Like, he's the draw himself.
Right.
So he should get the bigger bag. But these guys want to do the tour anyway because they need they need money.
Right.
So they're going to feel like it should all get split. Like, hey, what? Back in 1999 we used to split the thing 4 ways. This ain't 99.
Think about it too. These clowns are talking about him.
Yeah.
They do the tour. Wayne comes out, it's going to be his crowd.
Yeah.
His crowd could just boo the shit out of these other clowns when they're trying to do their verses.
They could, but they wouldn't.
Nah,
Why not?
But still a lot of love for BG and Juvenile and Turk. I don't know, but yeah.
if I'm Wayne,
I always have love for Juvenile. Back that ass up.
most definitely. If I'm Wayne, it's gonna have to be beneficial. When I say it has to be beneficial, I mean the Carter 6 is gonna be either on the way or done to make it a promo tour for that and make it a wraparound thing to where if you're not gonna give me my number off this tour, I'm gonna have to get the number some other way.
You're almost making them plus ones.
Right.
It's almost the Lil Wayne tour and these guys.
It would have to be.
Yeah.
Outside, only other person outside of Wayne is Juvenile because Juvie and Manny Fresh off of last year's buzz off of the NPR.
The NPR, yeah.
Yeah. We see that Juvie can hold his own.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Cause honestly, what's BG like? What's a couple of his biggest mainstream hits solo?
I think Chopper City.
That's not big enough. That doesn't carry into 2024. Like he needs the group for that tour for those songs
to get his feet under him, and I get it.
Yeah, I completely
totally
understand
get it.
now.
But,
And that's why he's the guy who's pushing for it.
Yeah.
But calling me a bitch ain't gonna get it done.
That's
That's what I don't understand.
I'm listening to that right now.
That's just not gonna do it, man.
Yeah.
He explained himself, but still,
but
like
still.
it's there. It's a record. Nah.
Yeah, come on, man.
So I'm supposed to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Nah, fuck you.
He should know better than that, man. Come on.
A lot
You
of
really
these
could have
guys
called
don't,
me.
man.
You know what I mean?
You could have called me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if I'm still saying no, that's not the move. I mean,
No, because that's what I'm saying. That was my point. Like, you can't go with that and then expect the tour to go well.
yeah.
Like, that creates a tension. It creates a whatever. Like, whether it goes into negotiations or whether it goes into night-to-night performance, it's not going away.
And personally, you can do the tour without Wayne. You can do it. Will it be the same draw? No. But you can do it.
And a lot of those biggest songs, I mean, this was before Wayne was actually Wayne.
Ah.
So it's either his ad libs here and there, but you could do a tour without Wayne.
You can do it.
Because to your point, like you couldn't do the tour without Juvenile.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You can't do it without Manny Fresh. You can't do it without
Manny
Juvenile.
Fresh.
You got
know
those
what I'm saying?
two.
But you could do it without Wayne. Yeah. You could do a Hot Boys tour without Wayne. Yeah, for sure.
Do your first lap without him to prove. Unfortunately, you got to prove yourself.
Yeah.
No,
And then
for
that
real,
second year,
that's a great idea.
yeah.
You do it, you get a little traction, and then maybe it makes sense for him to come on maybe when he's doing the next
And even the first go round, maybe he comes out to one city or two if he's
right,
in
you get on
Your New Orleans show and most likely
Miami.
your California show.
Miami, Cali, and
Right.
New Orleans. Yeah.
There you go.
He'll catch you in one of those three.
Yeah.
Other than that, y'all do y'all thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. Yeah, great idea. There you go. DJ Levy, man, giving out ideas, man.
I'm trying.
Guys,
I
latch
like
on,
that,
man.
man.
Trying to make it work. All right, here. Let's we're in the midst of the NFL playoffs, man. Smack dab in the middle in the conference championships, NFC, AFC championship games. All right. I thought this was interesting. I saw Mahomes is facing Lamar but chasing the GOAT, in this game. And that's really from a Kansas City and from a Mahomes standpoint, Kansas City is facing Baltimore Ravens Sunday, first game, 3:00. That's really the storyline here for Mahomes and the Chiefs, more so than this big matchup versus Lamar. He hasn't faced Lamar in the playoffs yet, all right? And so, it's funny because the media, they keep wanting to do this, the Brady Manning thing. So they thought they had it with Josh. They thought they had it with Burrow, and now I'm seeing it now with the Lamar. I don't know. It's just something that they need.
It is the conventional marketing tool. You market the head-to-head matchup. I mean, you go back to Wilt and Bill Russell, Ali and Frazier. Like, that's how things are done. Magic and Larry. To have that counterpoint. But when you have somebody that transcends his generation of players, it has to pivot to the GOAT thing. Yeah. And there was a point in time with Michael Jordan. Then there's a point in time when LeBron, asserted his supremacy over any contemporary. That the only thing you're talking about is Michael. Yeah. And that's where Mahomes is on the football side. He does not have a legitimate rival or peer that's on his level. So the only thing we can talk about is historical. context of what he's achieving, which I'm on board with it.
Okay, yeah. So you agree with that statement?
I agree.
As well.
I don't see that he has a and I've been saying for probably 2.5 years that like this is the best player in football. It's not particularly close, and almost every like playoff situation or discussion we've had, I've always basically said, with Mahomes, it's like, you still have a great chance. If you have the best player in football at the quarterback position, like you have a puncher's chance to win any of these games, and he proved it again. Last Sunday. Just keeps doing it, man. Just keeps doing it. He's amazing, a marvel to watch, and but nobody's on his level right now.
Yeah. Well, his luck runs out Sunday. I hope he breaks both of his legs.
Oh, come on, man.
Tears his ACL, MCL, stiff neck, common cold, flu.
Common cold? Want to throw in a venereal disease, too?
Asbestos.
Everyone for class action? How about Agent Orange?
There you go. Yeah. And I just really want Lamar to get one, man. It'd be the icing on the cake to the story. Like, I didn't need an agent.
Yeah. No, I like Lamar. My appreciation for Mahomes is superior, so I want him to win. But if Lamar wins the game, I want him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. If Baltimore wins this, they have to win the Super Bowl. Like my emotional, because like you said, man, I want to see Lamar win one. I mean, I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan, so I need Mahomes and the Chiefs to get this done. But like,
are you from Kansas?
If anybody, no, I'm a players guy.
Okay.
So I grew up loving Priest Holmes.
You're a different kind of players than I am.
What's that?
Well, because you like a player and then you attach.
Oh, then I ride
the
team,
and then you stay forever.
Yeah. Allen Iverson, Philly, and I stayed forever.
Wait, that's why you're a Phillies fan?
Yeah, Allen Iverson. Yeah.
Like the two guys.
Hey, man, you gotta let it go, brother.
His two teams that
you gotta let it go.
Are based on guys that have been retired for many years. At this point.
I ride it out, man. That's a hardcore.
Like, I'm a players guy, but like when the player leaves, I leave too.
I'm like that with LeBron. I go where he go. Well, thank God you're not a Magic fan, man. You be going through it.
No. But I enjoyed it when they are doing well. The few times that they have been in my lifetime, I enjoyed that Magic run. But
I guess the question I have to ask is like, is there no player in like the last 15 years that's like caught your fancy enough to like draw you to another team?
No, because we first of all, our franchises, we get great players. Because Embiid is I love watching Embiid as much as I love watching anybody. Now LeBron, there was a gap when we were bad and LeBron was great.
Good. Okay,
and I was you remember that though?
No, I do.
And I was a huge LeBron guy, but I guess not big enough to like travel with him to team. But that's
what I'm saying though. It's literally been like 15 years since the players come in that you felt strongly enough about that I'm going to go follow this guy, man. That's funny.
Was just different. I don't know. I was a child watching fucking.
I get it. I get it. Man. It's the braids.
Yeah.
It was everything.
But Priest Holmes, I mean, come on.
Right. Well, what made you like Priest Holmes?
I just liked him, man. I like his story too because he's a backup. He's a backup at Texas behind our guy smoking weed guy Ricky, and he got to Kansas City. I don't know. I just love the way he played, man. He's a beast.
Yeah, he was a tough out.
Yeah.
Oh, you were too young to be a Terrell Davis guy then.
Yeah.
Because he had a
I had just
similar
missed
story.
That. Yeah.
He wasn't like a big productive guy at Georgia.
I had just missed that.
League and was like,
yeah. I was alive, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
Watching football in that manner.
I was watching it in a completely different manner.
Now they are 3.5-point underdogs, right? So that's pretty
Chiefs
big.
Are?
Yeah, this is the biggest. It's only the second time he's been an underdog in the playoffs. Mahomes, but yeah, 3.5 half, and it's trending. It might hit 4, it might stay, but that's pretty significant, especially in a conference championship.
We in Kansas or we in Baltimore?
In Baltimore.
Oh,
but isn't the standard isn't home like a 3-point swing?
Yeah, but
anyway?
what you see typically in the playoffs is you'll have a closer line. It depends on if the teams are close. But yeah, 3 points is typically the.
Because I was processing that if the home advantage is essentially 3 points, if the spread were less than 3 points, you really think that Kansas City's the better team.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the season of play justifies that.
Right.
If we look at it.
Right. And in the other game there, the 49ers favored by 7 over the Lions here. And we talked about it, the Debo aspect, mostly off camera though.
Yeah.
You're saying if Debo doesn't play, the Lions have a
I believe they got a shot.
They have a chance. I'm not saying they're the favorite or I'd put significant money on it, but what we have seen from the 49ers is when they're not with optimal personnel, they're not quite the same animal. And again, they played a competitive game against the Packers. They didn't walk all over the Packers by any means. And, Detroit, to me, I specifically said they're a good team. I'm not trying to tell anybody they're a great team, but this is a team that's performed at a consistently good level of play all year. And I don't expect them to go out there and play bad. They could certainly lose the game because the 49ers are loaded. But I expect them to show well and play well. And when you do that, you got a chance.
Yeah. I know one thing. I'm most – not just because I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but I think that first game, I think that's the best game on the docket, man. The Ravens and Chiefs. I'm much more interested to watch. I'm much more. I can't wait for that game. You know what I mean?
I'm excited as well. Yeah, that's the first game of the day.
Yeah, that's the first game.
So
of
what?
the day.
3 o'clock or something?
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
Okay.
But if
and then Detroit at 6.
But that's funny.
But if a great movie was to come on or something,
but that's funny though, because you brought up the fact that the Chiefs had to play the later game at Buffalo.
Yeah,
as not necessarily something you wanted, but here they're the earlier game.
Yeah.
But you prefer that they're playing earlier.
No, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
I just think they had it right last week because it's the primetime game. You want to put him in the primetime spot. It's just that it was going to be bad weather. Baltimore not so much this week, so it really doesn't matter weather-wise. But again, I think they should be in this 6:30 spot.
I agree.
I'm surprised that they put Lamar Patrick in a 3 o'clock spot.
Doesn't make
sense.
They
won the ratings. They won all of them.
No,
it's West Coast.
Oh, because of West Coast?
Because 49ers.
Oh, 49ers.
Yeah, you'd be starting that game at like 12.
12, that's why.
West Coast time. That's why. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you kind of got to. I get it.
Yeah. All right. But still, 3 o'clock is still a safe time. If you're interested, you're going to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Yeah. But that's what we had to say about those two. But I was just saying how I'm much more eager to watch that Chiefs and Ravens game for sure.
For sure.
I think if Detroit goes up a certain amount of points, then you'll turn it on.
Yeah.
Well, I plan on watching both games. But like I'm locked in for that. Like I was for the Chiefs Buffalo game.
Yeah.
And that game, it gave us what we wanted.
It did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint.
Yeah.
It was close. It was competitive. It had swings of momentum. It was
touchdown for touchdown.
Yeah.
The Ravens, they put up this stat here where they have blown out every team in NFL history that has blown out the same amount of teams that the Ravens have this season have gone to the Super Bowl. And there are 10 teams that they gave examples of. 8 of those 10 won the Super Bowl. All 10 went to the Super Bowl because the Ravens have what was that? 6.
Make sure you tell Pat.
6 wins of 14 or more points, huh?
Make sure you tell Pat.
Why you say that?
Because he'll love that. That'll be an extra level.
Oh, Mahomes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're talking about the other Pat.
No. He'll love that. He'll love that.
Yeah.
What is the long brother that played offensive line and I guess he had a brief cup of coffee with the Chiefs?
You said the long brother?
Yeah, like Howie's kids.
Offensive line,
the one that's on the offensive line. They have the podcast, and he was telling a story about Mahomes the other day, and it's like he was sitting on the bench pregame, and it was like super windy and everything, and he was talking to one of the coaches, like, so yeah, we're probably gonna run a lot today, and the guy looks at him like, what? And and he just looks over at Mahomes, and he goes, that guy throws through the wind. It's just like, that's it.
All right, here. Let's get to got 2 more things to get to here.
Damn.
Yikes,
It
man.
was right in the middle.
I need that. I know, right? Got the butterfingers.
Bubba, show of flexibility here.
Hopefully, Mahomes will do the same on Sunday. Praise God.
Show some flexibility? Or?
No.
Oh, drop
Butterfinger.
Pull some butterfingers, huh?
Butterfingers.
Of course, I watch a ton of television movies and TV shows here. I aspire to write my own series one day.
Let's do it.
All right.
How do you have so much time to watch all this stuff?
I work from home, man. Don't tell my manager.
But you're able to actually like watch a show and follow it while you're working?
Not really, but I find the time, man. I find the time when the Sixers are not playing. What else is on TV?
But I thought you occasionally play basketball. You've kind of led the audience to believe you participate in sexual activities. Time is precious.
I'll tell you one thing, man. The ladies do complain about going out on dates, and so all the date time I should be going out on, I'm spending on Netflix and Hulu. All right, Netflix and chill is in full effect at Bubba's house. All right, so these are the top 5 things that I'm currently watching or have watched very recently here. All right, so at number 5, I'm going to go with a slightly older movie, right? But I just came across it. And again, I watch some of everything, every lane, every show, every genre. All right, I love it. If that's good writing, good acting, I'm on top of it. All right. Now, this movie here, Synchronic, is like I said, it's not a movie that came out this year or anything. It's been out for a few years.
Synchronic?
Yeah.
I've never
And
heard
it's
of
a sci-fi movie.
That's
okay.
why I never heard of it.
What I like
despise
about
That's me.
I hate sci-fi.
what I like about this movie though is it is so interesting that they have this drug, and the reason why I have it at number 5 is
Does it come in an edible?
they left some meat on the bone because it was such a unique idea. They had this drug, and you take the drug, and it's like you go back in time. But people were dying, and they were thinking that you just take the drug and you get so high that you die. But really, it's that you take the drug, you go back in time, and you might fucking wind up in a medieval fucking army attack or something, and you fucking die, and then you really die there, and then you're done, right? And and you have to watch the movie. I guess it's really good, but they could have did so much more with that unique idea, okay? And that's why the writers, you guys, you could have did a little bit better, but good movie. All right, at number 4. Okay, I have Dumb Money. Okay, Dumb Money is on Netflix here, and another one. I actually held off on watching this. I thought it was going to be like dry. I thought it was going to be, it's about the GameStop stock. Remember?
Yeah. No, okay.
Yeah, right around the
Was that
the
just
height
a
of
straight
COVID.
Netflix release or no theater?
As far as I know, a straight Netflix release.
Okay.
Yeah, straight Netflix release. And like I was saying here, I thought it was going to be dry, but it wasn't, man. It damn near was a comedy. So it had to make it almost like a documentary style.
I saw a preview of it. I thought it looked good.
It's good.
The only question that I had with it is that when something is done so quickly after the event, it's hard to write in historical context.
What do you mean?
Sometimes, like when you do something about an event, it's better to have a little bit more time pass.
You don't think enough time passed?
Not necessarily. It felt quick, and I don't know like what is the historical implication of the kind of like Reddit investor crew? Like, are we past it? Do we understand what it was, what it did, and it's over, or not? Like when you look back at something like, at this point, like 9/11, there's a certain amount of perspective that you get from 20 years that you can kind of look at things from different angles and kind of reach some conclusions to some concepts.
Well, the beauty about this movie here is they took it from just one angle. So there may be more angles to take down the road.
Okay.
But they really just took it from the angle of the guy who spearheaded the movement. Okay. Online, and they kind of dove into his life a little bit. And what I really like about it is they also picked a couple of that's like random people like a you and me's, the people that work at these stores, a nurse here, and just picked up on this guy talking about it and said, okay, I'm going to put my last $500 in this stock because this guy really believes in it and holding and waiting, whatever, selling it, what have you. And it's like we're all going against the system, right? We're trying to bring the system down, and then they go on that side and really show how the guys are sweating and oh shit, we're about to lose a fucking ton of money and what have you. So I liked it from that aspect, but it probably later down the line you may see a little bit more because this was a huge, colossal event that happened on the Wall Street market there.
I mean, I participated in it at the time.
Yeah, I mean that's how. Yeah, man, it was huge. All right,
not at a good enough level. I'm still working.
At number 3, I'm going to go with Fool Me Once. It's a limited series on Netflix. I like limited series.
I love limited.
They do a very good job with it.
Yeah. With Fool Me Once, yes. But for limited series in general, I'm a fan of limited series in general, just because it doesn't hold you for a long time. You're going to get an ending. It's just a couple of things that you know.
It's true to a story arc. Like it's organic in the sense that like okay, when somebody's conceiving this show, there's an arc to it, and like okay, this is a limited series, and we could do this in 5, we could do this in 7 or 8 episodes, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Enjoy it like a movie. Like you just put it out there, just enjoy it. When you get into series writing, it's a whole different animal. What are we doing in season 5 now? That we haven't already done.
Yeah.
But that's why I love the limited series. It just has to be true to that batch of episodes.
Yeah, for sure. And Fool Me Once was really solid. If you're into drama and things like that, that's really what it was.
I watched it with my daughter. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There was a period. I'm not going to say what the ending was, but I enjoyed the ending a lot. There were periods of time along the way that I was kind of like, why am I still watching this?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a person that likes to have to keep guessing what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Like I like with player, I like the journey of a character. Like, if I'm most things I enjoy watching, it's because I gravitate toward a character and I like just watching them go through their existence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to guess and like, okay, who can I trust? What does this mean? What does that mean? It's almost distracting to me. But this had some of that in the early episodes, but I thought it kind of like funneled down nicely toward the back end of it and was enjoyable.
Yeah, for sure. At number 2, I have American Fiction, another movie.
How was that?
So American Fiction was really good. I mean,
this is the one you mentioned to me the other day with the writer.
Yeah.
Okay, this is in the theater, correct?
This is in the theater, right? But I didn't go to the theater. I have a Fire Stick. All right. Shout out to my Fire Stick holders out there. And really, like you said, I love the. It was just such another one, a unique movie. I haven't seen a movie like this, and the acting, got Issa in there, and you got some known actors in here, and just his story from where he started out as just this honest, intelligent writer, and then all of a sudden there's another black writer, Issa, and she's doing this however you want to.
She dumbs it down,
takes you to the hood, even though she's not that type of person, doesn't know what's going on there, but she did that, and she has a very famous book, so he does his spin on that, and it's a really good movie, man. I really enjoyed that. Definitely one of the best movies out right now currently. All right, and then coming at number 1 is Raising Kanan, man. Raising Kanan season 3. Okay, this is the buzz of all urban shows right now. If you're in that circuit, you're talking about Raising Kanan. 50 does it again, and the biggest character right now out is Ronnie. He's a insane man.
He just be posted up.
He just be chilling
with the weirdest looks. Like,
I'm scared of him, and he's on fucking TV, and he's just a psychopath, man. But yeah, the everything is just really good with that show. Literally everything is good with that show. Even how the nostalgia of it, knowing that it's back in the day, and they even keep that up with the pace of that.
What time period is it in?
What are we talking about?
Late
70s?
Oh,
late 80s.
Okay. Late 80s.
Yeah, late 80s. So yeah. I really like that. I'm an 80s baby, late 80s baby at that. So yeah, I love that show.
Can I throw one show in there for you?
Go ahead, man.
On Netflix, Champion.
I haven't seen it.
Fire. It's about this family. The son is an artist, And so he's basically got the family on his back to like carry them with his gift, but he don't get the gift. The gift doesn't necessarily come naturally to him. The sister helps a lot.
You mean artist as in drawing or recording?
As a rapper.
Is this based out of another country or something?
Yeah.
I saw the preview.
UK.
Then I saw the preview. Yeah,
it's done really well.
Okay.
The script is really good. It's gonna go into a season 2. But the way that it's written, especially the last 2 episodes, done very well.
So, but he would not have the success he has without the sister
At all.
Okay. And is that kind of like a secret to the rest of the family, or?
I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
But it's definitely done right. To where they keep you in there, and then they dip you, and you think you got it, and right when you think you got it, they get you again.
All right. Well, I'll definitely add that champion. I'll definitely add that to the list. All right, good stuff. Do you got a story for us, my man?
Just a random story.
Random story. We enjoy the craziest stories, the funniest stories, wildest.
Yes.
All right, that's what we enjoy here. I've told about at least 30 of them.
We're looking for mayhem.
Mayhem?
Just mayhem could be anything.
Nothing in my life is mayhem.
You don't have any funny DJ stories, man?
I'd be too serious. Yeah. But one time I could tell the story now. It's kind of crazy, a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. So I had a lady at the time, but she wasn't my lady, and so she stayed the night over. The next morning, she was supposed to go get her hair done. So I had scheduled another young lady to make an appearance.
How young?
Nothing.
You walked in there, man.
I did.
So you pimping at this.
Hey, brother. I was just a friendly guy at the time. So she leaves. I say bye. Other shorty comes from out of town, pulls up. I'm about to take her to a gig with me. Okay. Like, take her to the gig, show her what I do. Easy stuff. It's like, oh my God, you're so impressive.
This is gonna be a layup back at the house.
Right. That way you don't have to do a date. It's like, I got to see what he does. Though it was a wedding, so I was getting tips. I break off some of the tips. It looks good for everybody.
Everybody wins.
So, in the midst of us getting ready, I hear this key in the door, and my heart drops. I'm like,
wait, this is before you leave for the gig?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm thinking, it's probably my brother. It's not my brother. It's the original shorty. She had came back because her appointment got canceled.
Oh.
But you said that wasn't your girl.
But it is.
She had a key.
She had a key.
Place,
That's so tough, man.
You're lying to yourself at that point.
So I'm like, because I'm a big dude, so I'm kind of playing like the blocking game. Because
that's the idea. That's the grand
That's
idea.
all I got. That's all I got. Because if she cuts the corner, I'm in shit.
Turned into the blind side.
The blind side movie.
I did the best blocking ever. Only, I still end up getting caught because she saw her shoes at the front door.
Don't let people take their shoes off at your house.
Man, I paid for that one.
Yeah,
I paid for that
I
one.
bet you did, man.
Oh.
I still knocked it down though.
Oh, well, then, yeah. That's impressive. If you still did that after.
Oh, got to.
You hadn't hit before that.
No.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, you should have hit on arrival though.
No,
I would have got caught in the act. I would have got caught in the act.
You got caught. I mean, might as well be in that. What the hell?
Because you could still sell to her that, nothing happened,
Yeah, he's a friend.
Selling encyclopedias to me? Come on, man.
She was a friend. She was cool. She was a homie.
Say he's just a friend. You know what I mean?
Nobody's fooled by that.
You'd be surprised.
Nobody's actually fooled. They might just agree to tolerate your lying.
That's
they're
true.
Not fooled.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, of course it is.
But that's back then. I'm changed man now. Hey. I don't do that anymore.
Then you haven't changed for the better.
I'm going to close the show with angering pink hair.
Why?
All right.
I don't want to be angry.
I know, but I
was
just
having
have
a
to
good
do it.
day.
I know. I came across a video. I shared the video, but I want to share my 2 cents on it. I want to play the video first, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get ready to play.
We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit. We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.
He had it.
You already said this to me.
But I know. But this
He gave it a good shot.
this is my thing, man. This is my overall take on all of this. I'm not a political person, not a politics person at all. I've never voted. I never will vote. I don't care to vote. I don't care about any of it. I have a long-standing thing that it's just never going to work out for black people because the powers that be way back before any of us were thought of, they created a very impressive and diverse plan to keep us out of a lot of things, and they have been successful in doing so. And I think politics was a part of that devised plan. Now, is that accurate? Maybe not. That's just what I believe. So that's the reason why I don't vote. But how this guy could become president once, how Donald Trump could be in the running, and then and the first time, and then see all of this that's going on and see this man struggle. He's 3 or whatever. Mm-hmm. Watch him struggle time to time, and then we're going to come back around, and they're the same 2 leading candidates for the second go round. Like, what are you guys voting for? What is this? Are these real votes that are getting these guys to these places? Because if so, what is going on? Can you not see that these guys they're not fit to be the face of America?
But this is exactly what we said last week. This is exactly what we talked about last week. These 2 old people are unfit to lead the country. Aside from their politics, they are just physically and mentally unfit to lead.
Correct.
And you sent this to me today, and my response was that they both need to die before November. And that's our best option.
They're unfit to lead, but they make the perfect puppets.
They don't make perfect.
I don't think
they
so.
make the perfect puppets because
puppets than this.
They
man.
don't.
You can find better puppets.
Nah, I'm not into that puppet.
Even if you say if it's a puppet, Obama was in much better condition puppet than these guys.
Sure.
Give me a puppet.
If you want a puppet,
give me a Bush puppet.
You want a puppet that's like believable
Yes.
and really finesses people.
If that's the case,
These
which
are
I don't.
2
I can only speak for one. One of them is
doddering
captivating.
jackets.
Unfortunately, it's very captivating.
Captivating to ignorant fucking people.
But there's a lot of
Even in
ignorant
court,
people.
even in court, the fucking judge had to tell Trump he's something about, do you just not mentally have it today? He was talking about his mental space that day, how crazy he was fucking talking in a courtroom.
Yeah.
It's like
he talks crazy, but he knows his audience.
Well, that wasn't the right audience. I think he has one way to talk.
No, I agree.
Right.
I think he has one button. He doesn't have multiple lanes
because he's so old. He like, and again, it's that thing where you begin life in diapers and you finish it in diapers.
Yeah.
He's so old that like he's reached this point where he is preaching to the ignorant, unwashed masses, and he has the buzz bullshit that they eat up, and that's all he has left.
That's all he.
And so whether he's standing in front of the judge in a courthouse or he's standing, in front of a couple incest-bred farmers in Iowa, it's the same thing.
Hey, yo.
It's the same exact message. That's what it is.
It is.
And they both need to die before November.
I don't wish death on anybody.
I do.
But
I wish on a lot
I
of
will
people.
say they. But my thing is, who are we going to put in their place?
Because
the runner-ups don't look good either.
No,
at this
it doesn't
point, man.
matter. You can't do worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I think
you
you can.
cannot do worse than Trump. You literally cannot.
Maybe
He's
not
an
him,
absolute
but
moron.
definitely
He did
Biden.
not want to recognize the results of the election last time. If he gets in again, he only leaves by dying.
Right.
That's
true.
not acceptable.
That's true.
Democracy's dead completely. Any pretense of democracy, however flawed it may be, is dead if that fucker gets elected.
I think he has a good chance. I hate to say it.
And we talk about this a lot on the show, where you can't have that mind frame of well, what if not him, then what can we do? We can't do any better. If you can't be afraid of that, we talk about that like with football teams, basketball teams, like with coaches, like Dallas is like, well, we have to keep Dak because if we get rid of Dak, then who's out there to get? We have to keep. No, you get rid of him and you move on, man. You know know what this is.
Yeah,
you don't want this. You don't
Correct.
like this. This is bad for you. You agree that it's bad for you. Okay, move on and worry about the rest of that shit later.
I agree. I just want to know who.
It'll be.
That's my thing.
It literally doesn't matter because you can't do worse. You
these
literally
two-
can't do worse.
Yeah, we're like a month away from them eating applesauce.
I wish it was tonight. I mean, may they not rise with the sun tomorrow.
May they not rise with the sun tomorrow.
I mean, and I'm dead fucking serious.
I believe it.
All right, that'll do it for it. What you got? Any like gigs coming up next? You want the people to come to or what's going on?
Yeah, March 3rd. Matter of fact, just follow my page, the Real DJ Levy on Instagram, because March 3rd we are having a rodeo, so that should be pretty fun.
With actual like rodeo bulls and stuff.
I believe it's a mechanical bull, but where the event is taking place, it's a legit like cowboy town.
Where is it?
Somewhere in Sanford.
Oh,
It's pretty cool, but they got like a makeshift jail. They got the saloon.
Oh, is
like-
it that place, the barn up there on 1792?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay.
It might be.
I went to a rodeo when I was a kid, like the actual. I was scared.
I want to go so bad.
Dude, I was scared out of my mind. It was not in like a stadium. It was in more like a farm area.
Okay.
And so you had the like fences, but they didn't look that good. And I was sitting there thinking like,
He gonna get
these
through.
bulls are going to get over the fence if they really want
Yeah.
to. If they decide I don't want to be in the fenced area anymore,
All hell
and
gonna
I
break
want a
loose.
piece of the crowd, they're going to get a piece of the crowd. So I did not enjoy that experience.
Also, February 3rd at Makani, I think it's spelled. It's Makani. I got a poetry show. February 3rd.
with Jonty?
Yeah, that's me and Jonty.
Okay.
So-
I'm trying to get Jonty on the show.
Oh, that's the coolest brother in the
I've been
world,
rocking
man.
with Jonty for a while.
That is the coolest
He
brother in the
He used to
world.
hoop back in the day. That's how I met him, actually, hooping.
I
But
don't
yeah.
believe you.
Nah, Jonty used to hoop, man. We talking about a far ways back in the day, but that's how far back we go. Yeah.
Hey, that's a cool brother.
So are you going to be a DJ at that event? Or are you
Yes,
gonna
I'm
be part of the
DJing that
poetry?
event.
I'm there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I'm DJing that event. It is 85% female, some of the most gorgeous women. I try to get more men to come out. It is the most beautiful women you ever see in your life.
Well, you might get more now.
And I can't do nothing with it. I can't do nothing with it.
Why not?
Huh?
You're gay?
No, I'm taking.
Take it.
I'm taking. I am taking. I am with a nice nurse lady.
Okay.
And
I hear nurses are freaky.
I don't know. I just know about this one.
What can you say about her?
I can't say nothing. If I want to keep it, I can't speak on it. What else? Am I missing one? Oh, February 15th at Mai Tai. I got it's Respect the Mic,
Okay.
which is a really good time. For your ticket price, you get your ticket, your entry, your meal, and I want to say you get a drink also. It's like the perfect couples night.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's a live band and a DJ and one of the best hosts, Poe Beasley.
Do they still let like people come up and do something that they want?
Most definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Most definitely. We take all kind of acts. The last show we had about 13. Show before that we had about 30.
Okay.
It's like people can do anything they want.
Yeah.
Oh, like, do comedy, do music, do
Yeah.
whatever. Okay.
I will pay for anybody that's a comedian to come up and do their time. I've been down to see some comedians. Get some new blood in there.
Bubba, round 2.
I might.
We need some comedians, man. Some new blood. So
I've
that's.
been writing. It's just my delivery is bad.
I can help you.
You got to work on it.
I can help you.
What a great opportunity.
Most definitely. So that's March 3rd for the rodeo. That is February 3rd at McConney, and then that's February 15th. Excuse me, at my tie.
2 days after Side Piece Valentine's.
Yeah, most definitely.
And the IG name is the real
DJ Levy.
Yep, there you go.
And add me. And I would be remiss if I didn't shout out my own podcast. They kill me. Socially Thoughtful. Socially as in social. Thoughtful as in THOTFUL. Socially Thoughtful. It is the journey of 3 30-year-old men going through what we started when we were in our late 20s up until now. And we just are giving the life lessons that we wish the fathers that we had or didn't have gave us.
Okay.
That's interesting.
You on that journey with us. It has been amazingly beautiful.
What do y'all put y'all stuff out at?
All platforms.
Okay.
We everywhere.
Okay.
The episode I'm waiting to do, what we kind of all waiting to do is we're trying to do one with our moms. So that'd be coming up, but that's a little tough. We try we dig deep and then we bullshit, but it's a mix of us being our best 13-year-old selves.
Yeah.
So our thing is we gonna freestyle because we all wanted to make it in rap, but we also hit you with some real life situations that we got going on and we talk through them. So it's
my mom on this show would be funny.
I think everybody should, if you got your parents, do it.
That would be ridiculous.
Do it.
She's in Connecticut. It's hard. And she doesn't stay up late.
Oh, no.
It'd be funny as hell, though. She's a mess. She's hysterical. Like, just weird. Funny.
Most definitely.
All right. Well, we got to get up out of here. We'll catch you guys next week.